Hey everyone, it's the Black Hat coming to you again with another episode, and this time I was just digging around some news articles and I thought that I would just bring you something original. There's a lot of celebrities out there, people who get paid to entertain you, people who get paid to say what other people have written down because they're too stupid to come up with anything on their own, people who need a script in order to memorize so they know what to say. Generally, these people tend to be far to the left. And it's one thing, and I don't think that it would be considered a conspiracy theory to say this, that the communists tried to take over starting in about 1925, 1930, and then in the 1950s, you had the communist scare, and you had Senator McCarthy saying that Hollywood was full of communists. Well, Hollywood's full of fucking communists. What's one generation's conspiracy theory ends up being the next generation's truth. Hollywood is full of radical socialists who would like nothing more than to see the end of capitalism and the end of Americanism as we know it, as we practice it. They're talking about direct democracy now. They're talking about getting the electors to vote for a different president because Trump is going to be so terrible. They're rioting in the streets. And you have people like Jennifer Lawrence and Amy Schumer and Lena Dunham and the usual suspects all saying that they were saying they were going to move to Canada, and all crying in their beer and all having horrible days because Donald Trump won. If it would have been Hillary, then the narrative would have been, well, you have to support her because she won. She's your president now. You need to support her. Instead, #NotMyPresident and fuck Trump and all these things are going around the internet. Well, I have an idea, and I'm going to do it all on my own, but I would suggest to you that this idea is something that you might consider. I own about 250 movies on my iTunes account. I am not going to watch them again. I go to movies pretty regularly. In fact, the next Star Wars is going to be coming out here really soon, and I would really love to see it. But I just cannot bring myself to support an industry that is designed as a massive psyop. This industry is designed to infiltrate your mind, to get you to thinking, to break down your barriers, and to implant socialist ideas in the message. I mean, just look at, for example, black people make up 10% of the population, but every show has to have one, even if the cast is small. The LGBTQ community makes up 6% of the population, and there's probably even more representation there. It's constantly in your face, constantly pushed, constantly projected, and these people have no love for the United States. In fact, California, the very place where most of this trash is produced, wants to secede from the Union. Well, okay, I totally support Calexit. If you want to get out, then the wall just takes I guess you would call it a northern turn at the Arizona-California border, and it just goes around California. Man, we could just run it straight up to the Canadian border and let Oregon and Washington go with them. If California secedes, Democrats will never again, in my lifetime, see another Democrat president, because they will give up 55 easy electoral votes that they will never get back any other way. And back to the main point of the video, I cannot support Hollywood. So from this point forward, I'm not watching any of it. I'll read articles from news sites that I can trust. I'll watch videos from alt news sites that I can trust. I'll watch YouTube videos. I'll read books from people that I can trust. No more Hollywood. No more movies. No more mindlessly sitting and just absorbing the zeitgeist of socialism and anti-Americanism and hatred for the American system and the American way that these people constantly put in front of us. And usually it's insidious. It's under the surface. It's something that you can't see. It's something that you don't detect right away. And before you know it, you're thinking, I don't know, maybe more welfare is a good thing, or maybe we should just let illegal aliens live in our country and collect money from us for free, even though they didn't come in using the right channels, the proper legal channels to do it. Maybe we should just do that. Maybe Donald Trump is actually a racist for wanting to protect our borders. Now, I don't believe that, but this is the kind of thing that being constantly bathed in the socialism and the anti-Americanism and the out-and-out communism that is the kind of things that are put out by Hollywood. This is the kind of thing that you just start thinking almost automatically. You become almost a zombie to those things because you're constantly bathed in them. You have no information. You have no real thinking capability. You're just led around by the nose by Hollywood celebrities who think that because they read shit on a script and they have the, quote, proper political ideas, unquote, that they have some kind of validity to what they're saying. They think that their ideas are immediately valid because we stupidly gave them a lot of money for speaking somebody else's words, memorizing and speaking somebody else's words on a script that were put there by people who hate America. No more. I'm going to read the Federalist Papers, read the Constitution, read John Locke, read things that are important. Read Reason Magazine on my hat. Read Mises.org. Read FEE.org. Read Breitbart. Read InfoWars. Watch videos from those people. Watch videos from the anti-SJW people on YouTube that I appreciate. No more news from sources that spin it. No more video and audio from sources that try to insidiously poke in their socialist ideas, because I already know the arguments. I know the arguments. Socialism looks great on paper. Everybody comes together, from each according to his ability to each according to his need. The government owns everything, and government bureaucrats are always supposedly these benevolent people who want to help you, but it always ends up in killing fields. That's where socialism ends. That's where communism ends. That's where authoritarianism ends. Whether it's socialist or fascist, it ends up in killing fields. It ends up in people's rights being taken away. And when you take away their rights, then you can take away their life. So no more of this brainwashing that Hollywood gives me. And I've really backed off from it recently anyway. But this is the point where I just say no more. Boycott Hollywood. Hollywood needs to be boycotted. The NFL is being boycotted right now because of Colin Kaepernick and his stupidity, kneeling at the national anthem and then not freaking voting. So the NFL is being eviscerated by stupidity. Why is it that we constantly go back to these people that have these horrible ideas, the Jennifer Lawrences of the world, the Amy Schumers of the world, the Lena Dunhams of the world, and all of the old guard that also have just as horrible of ideas for America, and we listen to them, and we bathe in what they say, and we watch their movies, and like cats looking at the laser pointer going along the floor, we watch the explosions and we watch the big stunts, and then they manage to slip in the socialism through the back door. We don't notice it, and then we start parroting it. It's time we clean our minds up. Clean our minds up and get all the Hollywood trash and filth and stupidity out of our minds. So, I don't know, for what it's worth, I don't have very many subscribers and don't really care. I just speak my mind. I'm boycotting Hollywood. Hopefully you'll think about what I said, and some of this will resonate, and you'll really come to understand what I mean. Watch a movie and just think about everything that's put in there that's spun to the left, that's spun toward socialism, that's spun toward something that you don't agree with, and it's just shoehorned into the story because the person writing the story wanted to make their point and get it in through the back door while you were too busy watching explosions and car crashes and car chases. This has been the Black Hat. I really appreciate you listening to this rant. You can find me at theblackhat.me. From there, you can subscribe to my podcast, or you can subscribe to my podcast on Google Play. I have it on Apple and Google Play. And there are links back to my YouTube channel. And there are also some things that I've written and some articles that I've taken from other websites that I've found interesting. So if you want to read something, that's up there as well. Once again, this has been the Black Hat, and I really, really appreciate you listening to what I have to say. Thank you, and have a great day.